Romvari Realty.
Do you think there will be a collapse in the US dollar? And if so, how will it affect the housing market? In history, after World War I, everything went, the Weimar Republic, you had to have wheelbarrows full of money to buy a loaf of bread. So when a currency collapses, basically there's inflation, rapid inflation. It's happened in Brazil in the 80s and 90s. If the dollar were to collapse in value, which it won't, but if it did, real estate values would go up because the paper money that it's being printed on isn't worth anything. If, for example, the dollar gets weaker, then what happens is gold gets more expensive. The dollar gets weaker because gold is a global currency. In general, through this crisis that we've had, our dollar was very strong, okay? The euro used to trade at 135 to $1, and that's what it's kind of been. Just a couple months ago, it was 1 to 1. Now our dollar is worth 90 cents equals €1, basically. When the dollar gets really strong, that's kind of good for us for buying like Ferraris and BMWs and Toyotas and things like that. But it's not good for our economy when we're exporting things like GMC trucks and Caterpillar diesel engines and things like that. In general, the Chinese kept their currency very weak for decades because they wanted to grow their country and make a lot of exports. Right now, our dollar is very strong. It's probably going to drop some. There's talk that the BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, are trying to get the oil off the dollar. Right now, oil is traded in dollar currency. As soon as that breaks, our dollar will become worth less. But at the same time, that's good for manufacturing, that's good for jobs, but it's not good for buying imported items. If the dollar were to collapse, then real estate goes up because we would be in a hyperinflationary market. Anyway, guys, moral of the story is we had all the transactions right now are 45% are cash. If the market slows down, they're not going to throw their properties on the market for discounted value. And we have more and more people still coming over here buying. And with no new development and growth, the answer to that is that our prices will remain stable.
Buy or sell Maui Real Estate, Romvari Realty.